The top one is massively multiplayer online role-playing games are a combination of role-playing video games and massively multiplayer online games in which a very large number of players interact with one another within a virtual world, as in all role-playing games or RPGs. The player asserts the role of a character, often in a fantasy world or science fiction world, and takes control over many of that character's actions. Massively multiplayer online role-playing games are distinguished from single-player or small multiplayer online RPGs by the number of players able to interact together, and by the game's persistent world, usually hosted by the game's publisher, which continues to exist and evolve while the player is offline and away from the game. The top two is Tetris is the addictive puzzle game that started it all, embracing our universal desire to create order out of chaos. The Tetris game was created by Alexei Pajitnov in 1984, the product of Alexei's computer programming experience and his love of puzzles. In the decades to follow, Tetris became one of the most successful and recognizable video games, appearing on almost every gaming platform available. This page is the official destination for free online single-player Tetris. Click play to start playing one of the world's most popular puzzle now. The top three is a Candy Crush Saga is a Match 3 game, where the core gameplay is based on swapping to adjacent sweets among the various on the game board is to make a row or column of at least 3 matching colored candies. On this match, the matched candies are removed from the board, and candies above them fall into the empty spaces, with new candies appearing from the top of the board. This may create a new matched set of candies, which is automatically cleared in the same manner. The top four is Call of Duty. Modern Warfare is the upcoming 16th entry in the Call of Duty series and is also a soft reboot of the Modern Warfare series. The story has been described as being more darker and realistic than previous Call of Duty games. It will be set in a separate timeline away from the other Modern Warfare games, however. Characters such as Captain Price and other fan favorites from the series will be making a return. The game was officially revealed on May 30, 2019, and is set to release on October 25, 2019. The top 5 is a Minecraft is a 3D sandbox game that has no specific goals to accomplish, allowing players a large amount of freedom in choosing how to play the game. However, there is an achievement system. Gameplay is in the first-person perspective by default, but players have the option for third-person perspective. The game world is composed of rough, 3D objects, mainly cubes and fluids, and commonly called blocks, representing various materials, such as dirt, stone, ores, tree trunks, water, and lava. The top 6 is a League of Legends is a 3D, third-person, multiplayer online battle arena game. The game consoles of 3 current running game modes, Summoner's Rift, Twisted Treeline, and Howling Abyss. Another game mode, the Crystal Scar, has since been removed. Players compete in matches, thinking anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes on average. In each game mode, teams work together to achieve a victory condition, typically destroying the core building, called the Nexus, in the enemy team's base after bypassing a line of defensive structures called turrets or towers. The top 7 is a Battle Pass is a type of video game monetization that provides additional content for a game, typically through a tiered system, rewarding the player with in-game items by playing the game and completing specific challenges. Inspired by the Season Pass ticketing system and originating with Dota 2 in 2013, the Battle Pass model gained more use as an alternative to subscription fees and loot boxes beginning in the late 2010s. The top 8 is a Grand Theft Auto series belongs to a genre of free-roaming role-playing video games called open-world video game environments which offer accessible buildings with minor missions in. addition to the main storyline. There are exceptions. Missions follow a linear, overarching plot. These missions are required to complete in order to unlock new areas in the game. The top 9 is an Angry Birds. The player controls a flock of multicolored birds that are trying to retrieve their eggs, which have been stolen by a group of hungry green pigs. In each stage of the gameplay, enemy pigs are sheltered by structures made of various materials such as wood, glass, and stone, resembling children's toy building blocks. The top 10 is EverQuest. It was the first commercially successful MMORPG to employ a 3D game engine, and its success was on an unprecedented scale. EverQuest has had a wide impact on consequent releases within the market, and holds an important position in the history of massively multiplayer online games.